Christmas is coming, yeah. Staying up late looking out the window. Yeah. Christmas is coming, yeah. Spotting some sleigh rides and some jingle bells. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too.
They don't know about that, Rob.
Christmas is coming, yeah. Roasting some chestnuts on the fire. Yeah. Christmas is coming, yeah. Celebration and surprises. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Tell all your brothers, sisters, and mom.
Hey,
Let's do it. Let's do it.
welcome. It's another episode of What's the Word Wednesdays, where we do our very best to try to motivate you, encourage you, inspire you, lift you up, give you some practical, everyday nuggets that you can use for your business. That's what we do each and every time. That music is cranky. I don't know about y'all. It's that season, right? It's that time of year. Shout out to everybody who is watching us right now live in the Platinum Network.
We got Carla Lewis chiming in.
Shout out to everyone who's watching us live on YouTube. It is What's the
Cherie
Word
Johnson
Wednesday.
chiming in.
That beat's still going. I don't know if y'all hear that. Welcome. What's the Word Wednesday? My name is Eric Clifton. If you don't know, one of the directors with this amazing opportunity. Let me cut that off. I'm gonna let the fellas go ahead and introduce themselves. Go on, jump on into it.
At the bottom corner here is Roger the Dodger, Rogers Nuggets, one-star director. Welcome.
Over here in your corner is Daryl Two Jackets Jenkins, two-star director, master ambassador, best of both worlds, right here on What's the Word Wednesday.
Two Jackets in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Lillard, go ahead and get the announcements out the way. I see you was doing some shout-outs, so go ahead and finish up on them shout-outs. I see Miss Angelica Jones. What's going on? I seen Malia, Ellen, Tamika. Go ahead and finish the shout-outs and get the announcements in for everyone this evening.
Yeah, definitely. Again, we got Carla Lewis, we got Cherie Johnson, we got Ron K. Brown, Conscious Choice. Welcome. Oh, Daryl Two Jackets is chiming in. He on both ends of the spectrum, right? All right. So real quick, go over the announcements. Again, my name is Raj Little, one-star director here, a Team Platinum partner. Real quick, and hey, Marquette, welcome. People still chiming in. So don't have a whole lot of announcements. We want to jump right to this training, but just remember, if you're brand new, we want to welcome to every first and third Wednesday night. This is our What's the Word Wednesday. Again, like Eric said, we give nuggets, we give inspiration, encouragement. We want to do that for each and every one that's chiming into us. First and foremost, make sure that you're chimed in here each and every first and third Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Also, every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the Game Plan Zoom. Also chimed in right here at the Platinum Network. You don't want to miss that. Our fearless leader, Mr. Preston Scott, a 4-star director, 6-figure ring wearer, 6-figure earner, gives his nuggets on that training as well. Also tonight at 8:30, right? We right here, actually on platinumwednesdays.com. Thank you, sir. Good looking out. We on the same page. We vibing. So hey, get your guest on there. Be a professional inviter and get your guest on there. Have them jump on there, get the information, and let's get them involved in this business. Also, what else we got, Daryl?
Let's see, we got December 16th as our virtual Hot Saturday training event where you'll get both marketing, personal development, and of course, a splash of that good old travel training virtually. Stay tuned for more details on that. And again, major events, guys. ITA Conference of the Year, IntelliTravel Quest, ITQ, taking over Moon Palace, 5-star luxury, oceanfront property. It's about to go down this weekend. See you all there.
It's about to go down this weekend. So look, if you're headed to the ITQ and you taking a look at this right now, go ahead and put in the chat ITQ. I mean, you're going to the ITQ. So if you're watching this live or recorded, go ahead and put in the chat ITQ. We're just curious who we got rolling on out there, getting your travel training on, taking it to another level. Oh my goodness. I see some people dropping it in there. ITQ. I love it. Look at that. Getting this type of continued and further education without having to get one of those student loans, Pell Grants, and whatever else to go to college and become a professional in this industry. Like some people have actually done it. You guys don't have to do it. You pay $200 and you got all access to all this stuff. It is amazing for $200. See some more people jumping on. Awesome. Listen, we're going to continue with the trainings that we've been talking about and helping people get their life back together, right? When you're feeling like you've gone through what you can go through. These last few trainings, we've made comparisons to your computer having some troubles and how you go through that process of troubleshooting your computer. And we're trying to help some of you guys out there troubleshoot your business and evaluate your business, and taking you through those very same steps that you would a computer or your laptop if you were having some issues. On the last What's the Word Wednesday, you guys, we got down to when your computer is acting so crazy and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you got to do a hard reset. Press pause for a second, reset everything. Hopefully things come back up to operating smoothly. But we know this is the real world, and sometimes life be lifing, right? And when life be lifing, and you have done all that you can do on your own, there comes a time at this point in time where you need to seek help, right? Your computer's about to crash. You're not a professional. You did not go to school for this thing, right? Someone else knows more about this particular area of expertise than you do. So what do? Now, if you're foolish like some people, you just gonna ride it out. And I promise you, your computer will be, destroyed, lost, important information gone. But if you are, as Mr. Lillard said earlier, if you can humble yourself, put yourself in position of submission for a second, right? Humble yourself and put yourself in submission and under the tutelage of someone who has, at least in this area, gotten to a point or destination where you desire to be. That's someone who could teach you something, right? That's someone who could probably guide you to the next level. That's someone in our industry, we typically call them coaches, mentors, the expert, right? The leaders, the movers and shakers of the world that are doing what you would like to have done. They're accomplishing the levels or income ranks or booking trips. They doing some stuff, and you're sitting back wanting or desiring that. But they say closed mouths don't get fed, fellas. Some people sit back desiring, wanting these things, but for whatever reason won't raise their hand to get those coaching or put themselves in that position. And then the other side of the stick is some people don't have no problem with raising their hands or talking until you tell somebody to shut up. But those very same people want to be coached, desire to be coached, but aren't coachable or won't put themselves in position around the coach to be coached. You ain't showing up to practice. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, on tonight, we're going to talk about a variety of different things as it pertains to coaching, the importance of it, mentoring. Who should you be getting it from? It ain't good to be eating off everybody's table, right? So we're gonna delve into those things because some people, Roger, you've heard this. You get so much information from so many different peoples, and then you overanalyze till you're paralyzed. And you got so many tips and trades of the secret. Two Jackets, they looking for the shortcut. Like it's got to be a magical way for me to push one button and get 15 new clients booking trips to Jamaica and 20 cabins on a cruise. There's got to be a magical way. And so you reaching and searching and trying to get all this advice from everybody and their mama. And you got people like Two Jackets and Mr. Roger Lillard right here who've already accomplished it. So look, that was my opening soliloquy. Fellas, let's jump on into this. We don't want the people out there, their CPU to crash. Talk about, before we jump into it, what have you found in your time in business, the reasons why people are reluctant to take their CPU, to get some coaching, actually put themselves in a position? Why are people reluctant to do that?
Well, first and foremost, man, I love this topic because what happens first and foremost is a lot of people, and this is it's not just unfortunate, but because in this industry of networking, when people get involved in the industry, they bring on a employee mindset. And what happens is they feel like they got to do everything themselves when really and truly we should be doing this together. Like you said it earlier, like I mentioned earlier, you got to humble yourself. You got to remove yourself out of the way and put the system in place in the way, because at the end of the day, we should be doing what duplicates. And I remember a mentor of mine said, when I first got involved in this industry, and I'll never forget this, he said, you must learn to teach people how to teach people how to teach 3 levels deep. And so when you got people teaching people how to teach people 3 levels deep, that's how you get the duplication. That also brings you leverage in your business. So if you think that you got to know everything first, if you think you got to, do this by yourself, you're never going to have any leverage income. So I highly recommend, if you're brand new and this is your first rodeo, just forget everything that you learned over here, right? Take the professionalism though that you have over here, humble yourself, and find somebody in the network that we're in that you can plug into, right? And so what I did typically when I first got involved in this industry is I stayed close to the fire. I stayed plugged in, and I found someone who I wanted to be like them as far as success. But in order to get their time, I knew I had to deserve their time by when they said, Roger, I do these things right here. Whatever they asked me to do, I did. It's interesting how when we at work, they say this needs to be done, we get it done, but over here we have to kind of rebuff it. Like, I don't know if that's uncomfortable. Well, to be successful here, you have to be uncomfortable first to be comfortable. So I'll go on with this one, but go ahead, Daryl.
Yeah, I know that's kind of your topic, Roger. You got an extensive background in this industry, but I think the other piece of that is that as adults, right, we feel like we look foolish if we go and ask another adult for help. We don't want them to know that we don't know. The reality is that when one eat, all of us eat. So if you out on the island by yourself and you struggle and creating frustration, what's going to eventually happen? You shut down before your CPU even crashed. You didn't checked out and then already decided you're going to quit because it's too hard or you can't figure it out. Instead of you following somebody who you would love to emulate and allow them to show you the ropes. One of the things I always tell people is, as adults, I think we make coaching difficult because we want to be coached a specific type of way. So if that coaching doesn't come to us in that manner, we don't receive it. So instantly we shut down and decide, I'll figure it out on my own, right? And at that point, you hear from them again when they've made a costly mistake that could then jeopardize their business. And now they want your help with something. So you got to always be in a position to be open, to be coached, to be poured into. And again, humble yourself and remove yourself from the situation so that you can allow yourself to grow. I remember when I got started, I didn't have any expectations in this business. I paid the $200 and I said, well, I'm here now. Let me figure out how to make it work. And I spent 6 to 8 months learning travel. I mean, I made some costly mistakes. They weren't, heavily costly, but they were costly. I had to, pay some money back as I quoted some wrong stuff. So I made some decisions to be able to use those as tools to teach other people what not to do in the business. And I was, even down to the error messages in the platforms. I wanted to know if I got this error, what did it mean? My background is that of troubleshooting, operations management. So I needed to figure out if I saw it again, so I don't have to sit on hold with somebody. Let me figure out what this means. So I would ask the questions to the people who own the platforms, to some of the business development managers, so I could figure out what those error messages meant. Therefore, if somebody else got it, I could help them too. So sometimes you got to put yourself in a space to always be willing to learn something new.
I love it. Going back to that computer that's acting crazy, i.e. your business, right? It isn't doing what you want it to do. What you'll find if you actually are open to listening to the expert is sometimes there's some things that you have done and or were doing to your computer that opened it up for issues, right? Like I remember one time I took my laptop to be serviced with those geek people, right? The Geek Squad. And what they noticed was my laptop had no protection, no antivirus software, any of that other stuff. It had it on there, but it wasn't, I didn't activate it, right? It wasn't used. It was just there. And that was my fault, right? That was like some of us who buy this $200 business and have all of these things that are just there, like stuff in your back office, and you're faced with a challenge. I don't know how to book a trip for so and so, such and such, and then you're sitting here struggling. Whole time the instructions was in your back office. I don't know how to get the sign up for a vendor or register for this. I don't know how to do this. The entire time it's in your back office. You had access to it, and you've been getting emails and everything else, right? Notifications, right? And your computer does the same thing. I used to get the notification, hey, your Norton 365 such and such was doing such and such. But I was too busy doing what I wanted to do with this computer that I neglected the notifications because I was caught up with what I had going on. Regardless, I spent $1,500 on this computer. I'm neglecting the small things. And in your business, some of you are neglecting these small things, these small notifications that your coaches and that other people are sending out to you. And then 6 months later, when your computer isn't doing what you wanted to do, you're trying to figure out why. And then Mr. Lilly, or especially Mr. Jenkins, is like, listen, we done already told you, right? You got to want to also execute. You can't just want to be a part of the team, call us coaches, sit on the bench. What's the point? What's the point in calling us coaches? Let me give you something else y'all can jump on. Everybody, because we're network marketing, everybody who signs you up, or let me put it this way, your sponsor isn't instantly your coach. That makes sense? The person who enrolls you isn't instantly your coach. And because you're the business owner, if you're brand new, you just got started, you spent this $179 or you spent $200 just like everyone else, you purchased a business from a person who recruited you. And just like in the military, your recruiter isn't necessarily your coach. So this means you as the business person have to, again, take some initiative. Find out who's going to be your coach. Do the research. Like Daryl was saying, I sat back, he was doing some research for 6 months. Some of you guys need to do some research. Who's doing what in this industry? You paid $200 because you wanted to buy a business for a particular reason that you were never a part of before. There's no magical genie that you're going to rub and all of a sudden you know how to do everything. Somebody's going to have to tell you what to do. Mr. Jenkins, that's the problem right there. I just thought about it. When you said the people are coming and they grown and they got the mindsets, one of the major reasons, I'm going to let y'all piggyback on it, some of y'all don't like being told what to do because you figure you got a business and you bought it, so you guys shouldn't be telling us what to do. Somebody has to.
Well, I want to chime in because I'm chomping at the bit right now. So listen, what I love about network marketing when I got involved in it is it's simple, but it ain't easy. But here's the simple part is that it doesn't matter what company, what product that you're involved with, the system is key. So when you get involved and you're brand new, let's say you just started today, you're going to do a travel party, travel reception, whatever, and you bring 3 people on, all of y'all are new. Right? The system in place is to simply follow the leader. So when the leader says do this, and all 3 people or 4, because you went bronze, because I said 1 getting 3 to 4. I went to Duval High School. But anyway, long story short, right? 4 people, all 4 of you all that are brand new should be following the system. That way, no one, because what's happening is a lot of you are getting started and you don't want to talk to nobody because you want to know everything first. I need to learn this. Well, let me learn that. And let me learn this instead of saying, you know what? Lead the people to the information. Let them decipher whether they want to be a Jamaican specialist, Norwegian specialist, whatever specialist they want to be. Let them decide if they want to build a network. But once you get them to the information and they start learning information, but you're earning while you're learning, right? And so you got to remove you out of the way. And again, I said earlier, put the system in the way and place the view. It's not about you. It's about us, all of us working together. This is why the PS3 is so important, because once you see the reason why it's so easy for me to get people on a 3-way call, because it's not about me. I want to get them on the phone with the expert immediately so they can see how the system works. Mr. Scott, he tripped me up the other day, y'all. He put me on a 3-way call with somebody, and I wasn't expecting it. But because I've been doing them for so long, it was second nature, right? And so watch this. That's also the best way how to learn this business is follow the people. The best leaders are the best followers at first. You got to be a great follower to become a great leader. Back to you, Daryl.
Roger, that was good. You left off with you got to be a great leader in order to become a follower, and that there too is another issue, right? You don't want, because you got a business, you're now a boss, so you're the CEO, so you don't want to follow anybody. You want to do your own thing until you realize what you're doing doesn't work any longer, and then you're looking like, well, I can't go to people inside of the Platinum Network, so let me go outside and see what my sideline partners and other legs of business are doing, so I could try to get some help. Again, you got to remember, we created a whole community and culture right here to help everybody attached to us win at any level on either side of the business. So again, when you put yourself in position to follow that system and identify who your coach is going to be, and again, realize your coach is the person that's calling the plays. Your coach should be somebody who is documented, who has some proven success. And your coach and your mentor will be 2 different people, ideally, because your mentor is going to look for you. There's people who are inside of my organization who were rock star individuals that I saw potential in, and I reached out to them and grab hold of them to help to groom them. There's other people who come to me and say, hey, can you coach me? And I'm like, I'm not sure if that's what you want, because you do realize what you're asking for. I'm a different type of coach. It ain't going to be easy, because my success wasn't easy and nobody gave me anything. So if you want to work, we can do that. But if you're going to whine, this ain't the space for you. You're going to have to find your coach that's going to allow you to sit there and have a tantrum. And I always tell people, I said, look at the coaches in sports. Have you ever, Roger, because you played sports, Eric, you might have as well, but have you ever seen a coach on the sideline speaking like he was having a casual, rosy conversation with a player in a game? I done seen clipboards waving. I done seen baseball caps fly off. I done seen fingers pointing, headset.
Face mask grab.
Exactly. My point is you can't be mad at your coach when they're responding, because you're sitting on a bench, as Eric mentioned earlier. Your coach is supposed to make you uncomfortable. It's not about being friends. It's about stretching you beyond a space to get you to a point where you're successful. And everybody has
nuggets. I need a nuggets across the bottom.
Everybody has a spot within them that has some part of success. The point is who's going to pull that out of you, because you don't even know that it exists sometimes. One of the most gratifying things for me is hearing people say, thank you for seeing in me what I didn't see in myself, because they didn't know that it exists. But that's what good coaches do. If you can pull that out of people and you can get them to be in a space where they're successful and they now see that what you were trying to do works. I remember being a manager and people did not understand my philosophy at all until they left working with me, and they come back and say, I never understood why you would do what you did, but now I can appreciate it. Sometimes you don't see it in the beginning, and it's not for you, because if you had the vision, you would be the coach, but you got to trust it.
Well, that word right there that you just said, Daryl, trust. See, some people unfortunately have some trust issues, right? And it's either A, they don't trust you, the potential coach, or B, they don't trust themselves enough to do what needs to be done. Ultimately, if the goal is the same, right? If we have the common goal, which is whether it's to get to a certain position, if you just get started, you want to knock out goal builders quick, fast, in a hurry, right? Then the next step and the next step and so on and so forth. But if we have the same goal in mind, and you know that I have your best interest in mind, then the concept should be, all right, I'm going to go ahead and bite the bullet, hold my tongue, and do what needs to be done. I always would say, we need you to be as coachable as Daniel's son was with Mr. Miyagi. And if you remember that movie Karate Kid, Daniel's son, and almost no matter which particular one that you saw, I always reference like the original ones, but it really didn't matter. Daniel's son and neither one of those Karate Kids wanted to do what the coach was telling them to do. Didn't want to do it. Sometimes it was uncomfortable. Sometimes it stretched them. Sometimes it hurt. Sometimes it looked stupid, didn't make sense, or whatever the case. Sometimes, Mr. Lillard, watch this. What you teaching me don't line up to the pace in which I feel like I'm capable of learning. So I feel like I can be 1-star next month. Show me two jackets. Show me the system that's going to have me karate kicking and back flipping next week. I need that system. Now, I don't want the PS3. The PS3 takes too long. That's one person at a time. I need to be able to push one button and 1,000 people, the impatient person. You're not coachable like Mr. Daniel's son was with Mr. Miyagi. Daniel's son showed up. Oftentimes, a lot of us in this arena, network marketing, are missing those monumental coaching moments because you don't show up, because you thinking you always going to get the coaching advice or that aha moment from your head coach, but it ain't always coming from the head coach. It ain't gonna always come from me. It ain't gonna always come from Preston, right? It's somebody else who has sat under their tutelage, because they showed up long enough that's going to be there. And when you show up, it'll be that person, that sideline person. There's someone that specializes in something that you need at that time, but you're not there, right? Two Jackets specializes in areas of travel. I specialize in marketing. But if you're not there, you ain't meet neither one of us. You got to show up hungry.
That's the ticket. The word hunger, that removes any fear. Like if you're really hungry, like, okay, you ever been out to eat and, you know, with a bunch of folks and you don't order much because you just ain't hungry. But if you're hungry and you sit down at that table, you're going to eat. You're going to eat. But what I like about what you're saying earlier, Eric, is there is no cookie cutter. And a lot of us look for, like you said, that pressing that one button and then 1,000 people show up. There's no cookie cutter in this, right? And so if you think there's a cookie cutter, then you're looking for a get rich quick scheme, and that's not what this is. This ain't that. This is you earn while you learn, right? And a really important thing you have to have in your business is a sense of urgency. Now, I didn't say, you know, we got to do everything real fast, but you have to have an urgency in your business. And so what would help that sense of urgency's learning curve is to plug into a leadership, like Daryl said, you know, a mentor and or a coach, right? You got to be teachable, you got to be coachable, you got to be humble, and you got to be hungry. You put those four things together and apply those four things, it's hard to lose here, especially in this network where you got the best training in the entire company when it comes to travel. And then you have the best training when it comes from networking. Like y'all, there's a thing, like sometimes, Daryl, you said earlier, people go outside the network to try to get information because they think that what they have here is not it. This is it, y'all. You don't have to go anywhere else to get training because we have all the training you need, top to bottom, inside and out. So if you're looking for a coach, right, we got coaches here. There's zero reason for anyone not to have any success being a part of this culture. And I mean that with everything. Like, we got it. Daryl's one of the best trainers in the entire company comes to travel. Eric Clifton is the king of marketing, networking, Professor Scott, myself. And we have other leaders that's on our team that we all should be winning. So if you're new or you've been around for a while and your coach is calling this play, run that play. Not because they're telling you to do it, but because it should be done because they're having success. And if you want to have the success that they're having, you got to take your computer to the Geek Squad to get it fixed. And that's the leadership in our organization.
You know what?
Geek Squad, is that what you're saying?
And then what you call the Geek Squad and to fix the computer?
Squad. Yeah, it's the Geek Squad. And no, he's not calling us per se the Geek Squad, but right. but I got you. You know what? As I've hosted a couple of different, you know, on the travel side of the business, we have some of our ambassadors and master ambassadors are doing 1K, 5K, and 10K challenge groups where we are laying down some foundational things that help agents in different at different paces with growing their travel business and earning commission checks with commas in it. And so I tell the people in the 5K group, I said, well, if you've already done the 1K group, you're coming to the 5K group thinking that you're going to get a magic formula. And it is not. The only thing that you're doing is you're 5Xing your efforts. If you did it here and you got a check for $1,000, now you need to 5X it so you can get that 5 times that amount. So the thing is, it's nothing no different. We're just increasing the activity. Sometimes people are looking for a magic pill and a formula, and it's not it. It's not going to happen. Because the business is the business. It is very simple, it's simplistic, and it is system driven. But it all relies on your activities. What you choose to do or don't do will determine how far you go. And that's on either side of the business. We don't show up for ourselves. We don't attend no major events. We don't get on no calls. And I tell people all the time, when I first started this venture in travel about 10 years ago, and another opportunity I didn't go to, I probably can count on one hand how many meetings I went to, I didn't go to no conferences. I didn't go to no. I went to one travel training that might have been sandals, and I did attend a few hot Saturday trainings at Eric's house. But outside of that, I did absolutely nothing, and my income showed that. When we transitioned over here, I made a decision. I said I need to do something different. So let me check this out. We're in a new company, new faces. Let me see what both of these companies are hitting on. And I made a decision. I have not missed a major event. I've been at every convention for both Planet and IntelliTravel. I've gone to some niche specialization trainings for IntelliTravel. I've been to 7-figure school, 6-figure school, Men in Black, Blackout, you name it. I've been to these events, Super Saturdays, Super Sundays. I've traveled all the way to Arizona to attend the Super Saturday. The thing is if you really want to understand where you need to be in this business and how to get there, you have to put yourself in a position to be in the spaces to get that information. We give you a lot of the foundational things, the fundamental things that help you understand it all. Because you could go to these events and it be so high level, it's over your head. It's not as granular as you think, especially if it's entry level for you getting into the industry. So we try to break it down and spoon feed the people. We get other people to come on. But if you're not appreciating it and you're not taking it in and internalizing it and then also actioning it, what is it all for? Because it's not going to help you to grow. You got to be able to action everything that you get from a training, a book that you've read, a podcast that you've listened to. You got to be able to internalize it and then decide, since this is my business, how do I apply this to make it work? Some of us are just showing up and again, we checking that box. We talk about checking the box all the time. Hey, Mr. Clifton, I'm here at the meeting. Hey, but that's not what it's about. You got to figure out how being at that meeting, what you got to come home and do.
It's about that check in the mailbox, in the bank account. That's what the check is about.
I'm just saying, they using the wrong check, right? You got to get the right checks.
Right.
Listen, I'm loving everything I'm hearing. I don't want no one who's new or anyone who's in a position that you can't travel right now like Two Jackets travels and make all these events, because I'm hearing in the back of my head somebody's out there saying, well, I ain't got the money, I can't travel, I ain't got the way my checkers and savings account work. I understand, right? Or the way your job work, you ain't got to leave yet, or so on and so forth. Two Jackets is giving you something to aspire to, right? You might not be able to make every event right now, but you want to make every event. Like, it should be the passion and desire in your heart to, I want to make these events, right? Put it out there, right? And then start doing the activity that's going to create the income that will create the time freedom that allows you to go to the event. So you can't make it to the event right now. I get it. Let's get you the director and trainer. Let's see if checks help you out.
I got a quick story, Eric. I got a quick story. So, and I'm gonna eliminate that right now.
We never had a quick story, but go ahead.
No, this is quick. So, my first year when we transitioned in 2016, my first year, I didn't go anywhere. But what I did do was, and watch this, we didn't have no Zooms. We didn't have no what's the word. We didn't have no Wednesday night Zoom. We didn't have no Platinum Network Zooms. We didn't have no Zooms when we transitioned, right, in 2016. But the one thing I did do, because we're here in Maryland, I made sure I was at I think we were doing Tuesday nights, I think, in the beginning. And I think we switched to Thursdays. But I was at that event every week. And so, you know what I did? I was doing a lot of belly to belly, and I was doing a lot of three-way calls, a lot of them. And Eric, you remember when you first got started, you was throwing Press on the phone. You might be at the gas station. Hey, Press, I got somebody standing right here. You got him on the phone. But that's what we did. We didn't have all this technology and stuff in 2016. And so I went to the weekly meeting every week, and my first year, 12 months, bang, director. And we didn't have all this stuff. Y'all, the new folks, y'all got the cookie cutter. Y'all got the cookie cutter. We didn't have all this stuff. So I was going to the malls, gas stations, grocery stores. I'm passing out business cards. I'm getting phone numbers, and I'm on the phone every evening. Preston, any three-way call. Talk to this person. And so that's what I was doing when we first got started. Remember? We all started like everybody else did with 3 people. Yes, we have some people partying with us that came over, but I still started with 3, right? And so yeah, there's no excuses, man. Like we all have the same compensation plan. We all have the same Zooms that we have access to. We all have the leadership that's available to us. And so, like Daryl said, you know, you troubleshoot stuff. But guess what? It took the desire. That took some desires. You know what? You wanted to do that so that you can what? Earn a profit in your business.
I remember us going to that very first convention in Las Vegas, and Roger, you might not have went because you just said you didn't have the money.
I missed that one.
But I remember walking into that ballroom for general sessions and seeing then at that time, Mr. Bradley had coined them the Chairman's Council. They had their dark blue blazers on with the brown patches on, and they were stood up on. And I was like, man, I would love to be a director, but I would never have a team of 100 people. It was the lack of belief, because in network marketing, again, most people come in thinking it's a far shot for me to get to that point. I see it in the presentation, but I ain't never gonna get there. So we talk ourselves out of it immediately. And I did that. Right? I was like, I ain't never gonna have 100. I think we went to convention. I might have had 33 people. I had just getting off the plane. I had just made 2020, the first 2020 clubbing before the Platinum Network, going to Vegas. So I had probably 33 people at that time. But I say that to say, when you believe that you can do it and you see that it's attainable, you're connected to people that have done it, which is like you said, you got to be hungry. We were hungry when we came over here. We saw that, okay, yeah. And I said, we're slow walking it now, and we're breaking it down into go get 3 people, go get 3. Make sure you unlock your matrix. No, when we got here, it was go get 9 people. Okay, now I got 9. Now what's next? Go get 9 more and go 2020. Okay, because the philosophy is the wider you go, the easier it is for you to become a director. So guess what I had to do? I had to go 40-40. Billy was 60-60. You know, Corey, 88, 60-60. Preston, you know, everybody's going wide. We're going as wide as we can go to figure out who are going to be the gems in our organization to help us to get these stars and these jackets and to secure that Planet Pledge. But we had the foresight to be able to do that division. Some of us are so comfortable because our jobs pay us well, and I have a really good job. So for me, it's never about the money, but who doesn't want more money, right? Because the more money allows me to now to be able to be at the beaches of the world while everybody else is at work, because I can work remotely. So, you know.
I will. Hey, Daryl, I'll never forget, right? And this isn't the first year, everybody. I never forget. Preston hit 1-star director in like 14 days. Bam, right? So I got to get there. And then when Eric hit before I did, I was like, oh. So we took a picture. It was middle of the year in 2016. It was Eric, Preston, I think it was Jay Stewart and Nate Newman. They were all directors. Well, you know, they were directors before we even got here, I think already, because they're founding directors. But I'm standing in this picture with them, and I was a goal builder. I was the only one not a director. And I looked at that picture. I said, I got to put a jacket on that guy. And so that drove me, right? And so now you 2 are 2 stars, so I got to put 2-star on me. So what is it that drives you all to go from, if you're a bronze builder right now, go silver. If you're silver, go gold. If you're gold, go director in training, go 1-star director and beyond. But the only way you're going to do it, right, is to humble yourself and be hungry, stay plugged in, and have a coach. Remove yourself out the way, follow the system, be consistent with your business, right, and be disciplined with your business. Like you're
how hard is it really for you to find 9 people? Each of us probably can find 10 people that we see on a trip on our social media platform at least within 3 months. It's easy. It took me 45 days to get my first 9 people. So when people are 3 years in and it's taking them an astronomical amount of time, I'm thinking, are they only talking to, because you know, Roger, like they said, you got to talk to more people. Are they only talking to like one person every 90 days? Like what is the formula? What is your daily method of operation that is getting you to this space? Because you should be talking to more people. If your goal is like at work, when your boss says, we're going to do this end of the year review, and they talk about your performance, how you perform, right? What if your coach came to you and said, let's talk about your end of the year, Roger. Let's talk about it. Here's how you performed all year.
So,
Right.
so Eric, can you hear us, Eric?
I can hear you.
Because I said back to you, Eric, and you was just looking like this.
He was enjoying the dialogue. It was getting good. He was like,
yeah, you said back to me, Eric, and then Darryl started talking. I'm just listening to both of y'all.
I thought, yeah. So, man, this business is so much fun. I have a formula. I do have a formula for talking to more people, but first and foremost, people got to get out of the way when it comes to, okay, when you come on board, do your grand opening, and let's say nobody joins from the first time around. That's normal. That happens to everybody, right? And so when I hear people say, I talk to everybody I know, and they only been in for 2 weeks. I know you talk to 2 or 3 people, they said no. So now the business don't work because, you listen to the people that are closest to you, right? Now, my thing is, if you their opinion, you buy their lifestyle. If they don't have what you want and what in your life, then why are we listening to those? We have to stop letting other people's opinion dictate our decision to grow our business. And so being able to do that is you got to get outside your comfort zone and talk to people outside of your circle. That's where you find your nuggets at. If you're building relationships, that's going to be easy to you anyway. And you're not looking at people as a dollar bill, right? So 2 a day for a month is 60 people. 60 times 12 is 720 people. And it's impossible. I mean, worst case scenario, everybody should put one person a month in the system. If we all did that, our organization would go from 2,300 to 4,600 if we all did that. Just one a month. And that's if we're coachable and teachable.
One a month. Coachable and teachable.
Goal Builder Plus.
To get the Goal Builder Plus. That's if people want it, right? At the end of the day, what I'm hearing both of y'all say in what we do and the simplicity behind what we do, no matter who is coaching you within our industry, they pretty much going to be telling you the same stuff. At the end of the day, I don't care who the coach is, right? Think about if we talk it's basketball season or football season, I don't care what team you playing for, you coaching. Football is football, right? The goal still remains the same. Catch the ball, get it where you're getting it. Your basketball, it's the same stuff. Dribble it, no two hands, get the ball in the basket. I don't care who team you on, what coach you listening to, they're going to teach you the exact same fundamental stuff. And people be surprised, Roger, when they go to another person that seem like they getting it and they killing it. Oh, so-and-so just went 50-50. Let me go get coached by them. And then they go get coached by so-and-so. Man, so-and-so telling me to do the same thing you told me to do, Mr. Lillard. What did you expect? They playing basketball just like we are. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, you need to be listening to understand for purposes of execution to someone, is what I'm saying. Who is the person that you are listening to? As a matter of fact, hey, while we talking about it, while you're listening to this right now, replay or live, go ahead and put in the chat, who is this person in this industry that you are listening to? That they're your coach, right? Or you have placed yourself under their submission and allow them to coach you. They're the person like the Phil Jackson going to teach you the triangle system, right? And it didn't matter if you was as bad as Michael Jordan or as big as Shaq. I'm teaching all of you all the triangle system. So put in the chat, who's your coach?
And the thing is this, if you have a coach, make sure you following the coach, because it doesn't make sense for you to call them a coach and you don't follow the play.
Well, I should clarify that. Not who you calling coach, but who are you actually listening to? And be truthful now, because we see you type somebody's name, and we can call them and ask them, hey, so and so said that you coaching them. That means they listening to you, and they're gonna be like, man, I didn't call 5 plays, and so ain't even showed up for warm-ups, right? So someone should be the person that says, hey, you're trying to get to gold builder. I'm a whatever position I am. That means I've probably gotten the gold builder 2 or 3 times, right? Maybe you're a DIT. That means I'm at least a gold builder. And if you're trying to get to gold builder, God dang it, you ought to have someone coaching you to get the gold builder. Who your gold builder coach? Right?
Oh man, I got a nugget, man. Just hit me. Woo! I got to get this out. I'm sorry, man. Watch this. Watch this. That's probably, matter of fact, it ain't even probably. That's part of the reason a lot of people are struggling, because you don't have a coach. But watch this. You sign a few people up, and you don't have a coach, so they don't have a coach. So they just running around haphazardly working their business because nobody has a coach. How you gonna win if you don't have a coach? You gotta have a coach. Mr. Scott and I, and we have a special relationship. We talk just about every day, right? And it goes back to past 2015. Like
you're taking up all of our time, because Eric and I are personally sponsored by Preston, and we can't get his time because he talked to you every day.
I'm sorry.
Preston, if you watch this, put me on your calendar.
Well, he and I have this special relationship. But at the end of the day, though, iron sharpens iron is what I'm getting at. And watch this. If you don't have a coach, ain't no iron being sharpened. So ain't nobody chopping no trees down. That means ain't nobody selling no Christmas trees, and ain't nobody making no money. So you got to have a coach to teach you the business, and you have to buy into what they're teaching. So if you're going against the grain, guess what? That's okay, because what I do is I allow people to do it themselves, and I'm going to share this with everybody. Don't never take anything personal. So if you're coaching somebody and they're not listening, don't get mad at them. Let them do it their way. And when they see you winning, sooner or later, they'll come back and say, you know what, man, I've been bumping my head against the wall. I apologize. I want to listen to you now. It's a good book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie that will help you with that process. One of our 5 core books. And so
they're not coming back to you saying that, Roger. They're gonna suck that in and watch you do what you do. That's the nature of what people do. They ain't finna come back and tell you nothing, right?
I eat no crow nowhere. They just gonna keep going on until they just have to keep.
And so moving. So exactly. So, but if they don't come back, then guess what? Then we know where they said at. We should be replacing people anyway from the door, right? Of course, we want to get them involved in the culture. We want to get them involved in the process and the system, but we're not chasing nobody. And that irritates me when I hear people say, well, I ain't chasing nobody. Man, it's funny because, I mean, if you lose a job, you're going to go look for another one. You chasing the job. I don't want to get started with that. But at the end of the day, all we're doing is we're inspiring people. We're encouraging people. If people on your team, if they're struggling, they say, I can't do this, either you said too much or you haven't got them around the culture. You've got them into the process and the system so they can learn. Because if you know a little bit and they know nothing, that's a bad place to be at, right? And so you want to get them around the culture, get your new people around the leadership so they can learn. Humble yourself. Remove all I was a manager, GS 14, 5,055 step, whatever, over there. And here you got to humble yourself and learn how to be a professional network marketer.
Which means you need a daggone coach.
Bottom line.
Sit your butt down, right? And allow someone to examine your situation from the outside, right? We see things that you might not see. And I'm speaking assuming, right, I'm making the assumption that I'm talking to people that desire to win in this industry. This is the reason why we're talking to you in the fashion that we're talking to. Because if anyone on here that doesn't have the desire to win in this industry, then we haven't been talking to you tonight, right? We're only talking to the people who desire to win, and maybe they just got started, or maybe they haven't been winning. They're tired of getting hit in the face left and right, jab, by the cares of this world, and they're feeling like the industry isn't what we're saying it is, and we're saying it is as good as it is. We're saying this is the best thing since sliced bread, right? And we're saying that if you have some goals and desires, if you desire whatever it is within this industry, you've seen people earning 6 figures a month, and you've seen people earning an extra $500 a month. There's someone, a part of this network, that can show you how to do it. I talked to someone a couple of months ago. They've been a part of our business for a while. I'm like, hey, why are you not moving? What's going on? Their response, Mr. Lillard, was, I just don't know what to do. Don't got nobody to tell me. I'm like, what? You part of the Platinum Network and you just don't know what to do? In long story short, what I found out from this particular person, Mr. Lillard and Two Jackets, this particular person that didn't know what to do, felt they had no one to tell them. They were looking for this special type of coach. And we can talk about this special type of coach as we conclude. Some people have partnered with us in business, ladies and gentlemen, and they're looking for the babysitter coach. They're looking for that. They're looking for that coach that's going to coddle you, right? They're looking for that coach that's going to, when you cry from across the city, they're going to jump in their car and come on over there and sit down next to you at your computer and show you how to get into your back office. Some people are looking for that type of coach because that's sometimes the type of assistance that you get on your 9 to 5.
You know, and like I said in closing, this is a global business, right? And I get it. There are some people that are hands-on, right? And some people are hands-on, they need that kind of coaching. But
hands-on is good. Hands-on and babysitting.
It's not a bad thing. But what about the people in Jamaica, Bahamas on our team, right? Trinidad on our team. They don't have the hands-on, right? So if they can do it from the privacy from a whole nother country, why can't we do it? See, we're spoiled here because we're so close, right? And if they don't do it, then I'm mad because you didn't come sit down with me. I mean, this business is set up, like you said earlier, Eric, this business is set up that you can go to your back office and everything is at your fingertips. 90%, well, Daryl, you know what the percentage is, right? Especially when it comes to travel, like people be asking a lot of questions, and it's right in the back office. And all you have to do is read, right? So I'll let you expound on that. I know you got some.
Check out what Mia Woods just said. She said, we can help you, but we can't do it for you. And I promise you, unfortunately, it's some folks, and they've told me straight up, that's what they was looking for. Like you literally looking for me to do this for you. And because I'm anticipating hundreds and thousands of people coming through my network, I'm only one person. So what I'm finna do, I'm finna show you how to do it on this here video.
And if you watch this,
it's gonna be shown to you and these next 100,000 people that come through this opportunity, and it's something simplistic. And guess what? That's how that person in Jamaica, that person in the UK, or that person in Texas, that's how they get to learn, right? And it still can get some hands-on virtually. And I like how we got another virtual hands-on training coming. 90%, I believe, of the training and information that you're going to get from this opportunity is going to be on-demand training.
Right.
Online.
In closing, real quick, Daryl and Eric, real quick. It's interesting because, you ain't on your job, and your job, when you get that training, you ain't saying I need you to sit next to me for the next 3 or 4 months, or you gonna get fined. But here, it's your business. Treat your business with the same respect as you treat your job. And I'm done. It's 8:29, fellas.
Here's the thing. Somebody posted something the other day, and it says, some of you are struggling in your business because you're not doing business. You don't have a boss to tell you what to do. You are the boss. Do what's necessary. Again, we're independent contractors, right? Which means that my success is owned by me. If I don't go in there and click on everything in my virtual offices on both sides of my business, if I choose not to watch a training video that's accessible to me and take copious notes as Roger would tell them to, if I don't go back and read the books that I'm advised, if I don't take ownership as the CEO of my own business, that I'm branding myself as this boss, right? I can't expect for nobody to come and sit beside me. It's my business. It's my business. We don't mind helping you, but we can't do your work, because the reality is a lot of people that we offer to help to are not financially attached to us. So when you go out here and we help you get all of this money, you ain't sending me a gift card at, for Christmas saying thank you for the help. Roger, what I tell you for helping your folks? I told you I was going to bill you.
Well, I'm gonna get you a Christmas gift card. I got that. You get a Christmas gift card.
But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, we can get further along as an organization if we have more people to stand up and strap their boots up and be independent and run like their hair was on fire. It's your business. Where do you see it going in 2024? And what is it going to take for you to do it? Why are the same conversations being had about talking to more people, doing more three-way calls, showing up for yourself? It's the same conversations. If you've ever had a coach, it's the same things that are impacting or hindering you from growing. It's not going to change until you decide to make a change. And you can't use everything as an excuse. You got to get out of your own way and say, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to make a conscious effort. And whatever the end result is, it's going to be the end result. When I was doing a coaching with a group of agents, a group of reps a couple of months ago, I had them to pick their own punishment. If you miss your goal, hold yourself accountable. What are you going to do? What are you taking away from yourself as a punishment for missing your own goal? They had to come up with that. Why? Because they're holding themselves back by not holding themselves accountable. And like, well, if I hit it, I hit it. If I don't, I don't. But this is your business. If you're telling me you want to be somewhere and I'm your coach and you don't get there, what are you going to do? What's your punishment?
Some of y'all Bama's gonna be on that naughty list. Santa Claus's naughty list this year. Go on and put yourself on the naughty list, because you just ain't, you ain't been doing what you're supposed to been doing. Ladies and gentlemen, we love y'all, right? We giving it to you straight like we do because we care, right? Make no mistake about it, right? We'll be right back here. The third Wednesday right before Christmas, right? We're gonna have to give you some tips on how to, do some projections or something to make you some money. Two Jackets, they're gonna need some advice on projecting into the future, I think, on this next What's the Word Wednesday, because a lot of y'all gonna waste a whole lot of money between now and the end of the year. We're gonna help you recruit some of that money for sure. So if you're watching the replay, we want you to follow the assignment. I want to see who your coach is, who you're listening to, who got your ear, right? Dun-dun-dun-dun. We're gonna find out. Put it in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, so we can find out who your coach is. If you don't have one, you need one. Appreciate your coach. We're gonna figure out what day. It's probably a day out of the year, Coach's Appreciation Day. I wonder what day of the year that is. We're gonna do something special. What's the word?
Don't forget to jump on the presentation, y'all.
Absolutely.
Right next door.
With your guests.
Yes, sir.